Hey, my friend, have you ever felt unsatisfied with your life? Maybe you're falling behind, you can't seem to get to the place you need to finally be able to fly. This story is for you. So summer came to a close quicker than ever, and the crisp autumn breeze was blowing right through my sweater as I crouched by my vegetable garden. I wrapped my sweater tighter around my shoulders and picked the pea pods one by one off these delicate vines and dropped them into the dish on the ground beside me. Now, traditionally, the harvest is a time of celebration, but I didn't feel like celebrating as I stripped these little vines bare. And as I picked these peas one by one, I remembered that spark of hope I felt as I laid the seeds in the ground and covered them over with dirt. I remembered the wonder of seeing the little sprouts poke their heads above the soil for the first time. I remembered the anticipation of watching them grow and how I'd carefully wrap their spirally little hands around the wire fence so the vines could grow up straight. I remembered the joy of seeing them covered in blossoms, and then the excitement of seeing my favorite vegetable emerge on those delicate little vines that I planted from seeds. And then came the harvest. And it was all over. I realized in that moment that I have missed most of my life waiting for the harvest, waiting for that day when my dreams come true and I can finally live life on my own terms. There are two reasons why so many of us are unsatisfied with our lives. Number one is that we're waiting for our harvest before giving ourselves permission to enjoy the life we've been given right now. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting to meet that man, that woman, to fall in love? Are you waiting to have a child, to start a family? Are you waiting to get out of that crummy little apartment and buy that dream home in the country? Are you waiting for your career to finally take off? Or are you waiting to just have time and financial freedom to finally live life on your own terms? What are you waiting for? I hope I'm not the only one who's been waiting around. Let me know that this resonates with you in some way. If you get what I'm talking about, if you've been there, if you're there, just leave me a quick comment below and just let me know. You can leave me just a hashtag, Yana, you are not alone. Let me know that this resonates with you. So I had a friend. She shared a lot of the same dreams and goals, aspirations as I did. We sort of had the same vision for what our harvest would look like when it finally came in. She was an actress and filmmaker like myself, and she invited me to a movie premiere of hers once. I didn't go. It was 3 hours away, and with talent like hers, I knew that this little role was nothing compared to what she'd get to do when her harvest finally came in. And besides, I was too busy working towards my own harvest anyway to really take time out to go to an event like this. So I didn't go. The next time I heard her voice was on her voicemail. I called. She didn't answer. I left her a voicemail, which she never got. You see, a few days later, I found myself sitting in her funeral. And it broke my heart that God would take someone out of this world before her harvest even had a chance to come in. You see, I was missing something at the time. And that is the second reason why so many of us are unsatisfied with our lives. Not that our harvest doesn't come in, but that we don't even recognize our own harvest when it comes. See, if I went out to my little vegetable garden that day expecting to find starfruit, I might have been disappointed to find peas. But that's exactly what we do when we look at other people's lives, and while we're busy envying someone else's harvest, we're missing our own little vegetable garden right in the backyard. When I think back to my friend, I hope that she had the insight to see what I was unable to grasp at the time. Because if it had been me in her place, I would have wasted all my days waiting for a harvest that I'd never even taste, stuck in the grind, striving to find a life outside my 9 to 5. See, what I didn't get at the time was this. Her harvest did indeed exist. It was just packaged in a form that is easily missed. See, everything I knew about the harvest was wrong. It's not a place you can go, nor a status to own, or anything you can stick on a shelf for show. The harvest comes in the character that's built when trials come along, in how you bear each other's burdens and together become strong. The harvest shows up when one takes your hand and says, "Thank you for giving. You helped me to stand." And when you stop holding out for something glamorous or grand, you'll see a harvest of hearts where you once saw wasteland. So what are we waiting for? We're already free. Free to live, free to love, free to laugh, free to be, free to walk, free to run, and yes, even to soar. But never forget, as you follow your star, you've got to let go of who you think you should be to become who you truly are.